talk about what Nike is doing or lack thereof in the restocking, or excuse me, re-releasing of phones versus J's. Now, I know they did another version of the Phone Posit Wu Tang joints, but I'm not sure they were exactly called the Wu Tangs. Um, and I'm pretty sure they weren't exactly like this model, but that one's one that I'm really not. I didn't really like that one when I went back and backtracked and started looking at those. I wasn't really feeling those, so I'm glad I only have these. Now, the Space Jams, they've released what, three times? I might be wrong. Like I said, excuse me, I might be wrong, but I know they've released at least probably three times. I know 2017, I think 2000, I don't know, 9, 10, somewhere around in that time frame, and when they probably originally released, which I'm not sure of that date. Okay, True Blues. These released back in 1988. I originally had my pair, bought them in Chicago, blah, blah, blah. I know these released again in 2000 and, I don't know, 2001, I believe, maybe 2013 again or something like that. But it's the only time that they re-released, to my knowledge, with the Nike Air on the back. Okay, now, back to the original phones. These released in 1997. This is the phone that started all. But this phone is not identical to the last pair that released. But this pair dropped in 1997, and now they just re-released it in 2017. Granted, 20 years later. I understand that. But what I wanted to talk about is why Nike has not chosen to re-release some of these phones that obviously sell. Now, granted, they don't sell out online the first day that they drop most of the times, like Jordans. Like Jordans will sell out, like I believe the Chinese New Year's. They sold out in like 5 minutes. And I mean, in some places in the mall, you might be able to catch them, but you couldn't probably go get a pair right now. Maybe one pair here or there, but phones, when they sell out, they sell out. Now, Nike overstocks a bunch of their Jordans, and a lot of these Jordans make it to outlets. And some guys buy them and put them online and sell them as resellers. That's fine. I don't have no problem with that. And they do the same with the phones. But I guess the point I'm trying to bring up is Nike makes so many Jordans that sometimes the Jordans actually make it to the outlets, but very rarely do you see foam posits make it to an outlet. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, foams are dead." Well, if foams are dead, and when Nike drops them, they sell out and don't even make it to outlets, but yet Jordans, some releases, don't sell out and make it to outlets, but yet people still continue to cop Jordans. I mean, I cop Jordans, like I'm sitting right here. But that's not what I'm getting at. The point I'm trying to get at is, why doesn't Nike re-release more foam posits? Like I said, I know they did these, and I know they did some other variation of the Wu Tang, something like that. They're coming back out with the coppers, the eggplants. I know those are, I believe, were part of that first year run that they made. But let's just say the pinks. I haven't seen the pinks re-release. I mean, I have a pair, but I haven't seen those re-release. The Weathermans, I haven't seen those re-release. I know they were an all-star release, so I understand that. But like the Carolina Blue ones, I had those. I believe those were the first time they released those. I'm not 100% sure because I just started getting into the phones in, let's say, the end of 2000. What's it, 17? In the end of 2015, I believe, is the first pair of actual phones that I got. I got the holograms first, and then shortly thereafter, I got the Gone Fishes. And let's keep it real, people. When I'm talking about phones, I'm talking about these. I'm talking about the Phone Posit 1s and the Phone Posit Pros. I'm not talking about all those other phone posits that people have. Shout out to Pain 82. Your collection is vast. But when people talk about phones now, they're talking about these type of phones. They're not talking about those older ones. But anyway, what I'm saying is, why isn't Nike taking advantage of an obvious supply and demand issue. Um, the the phone posits, I mean, they sell. I mean, I know 230, 250 a grip, you know, a pop and everything. I get that, but they still sell. You know, it's not like people aren't buying these phones because they cost 250 or 230. Like I said, these phones they sell, and they never make it to the outlets. Well, like I said, on very rare occasions. But I mean, I'm watching people's vlogs and outlet pickups, and you know they're catching heat, and you know with Jordans in the outlets all day, every day. You know, I mean, I even saw these made it to the outlets. I mean, I know they super mass produced these, which I don't have a problem with that at all. But I mean, like the royalty fours, I mean, they're still available in a lot of places, and if they actually hit an outlet, I might cop them as well. But I just don't understand what what the issue is with Nike not re-releasing a lot of the actual phone posits that they have released previously. And I don't know what you guys think. I mean, leave some comments below, or you know, tell me what you think. Like I said, I know people say the phones are dead, but I beg to differ because every time they drop them, they sell them out. They never and they don't make it to the outlets. So somebody's buying them. I mean, I checked eBay, and there are some on there, but not a vast majority of them are on there. So I don't really fully understand, you know, why Nike does not choose to take advantage of an actual supply and demand gap when it comes to phone posits. Because, like I said, I only have ones right now, and I'm actually looking at getting some pros. I mean, there's a couple of pros out there that I like. I mean, when I first saw the pros, I thought the pros looked a little gaudy because of the Nike swoosh, but hey, that's my opinion. But I've seen the early releases from Payne 82 on the T1000s to that's what he calls them, the Silver Surfers, and that shoe is all silver. You know, the swoosh is silver and everything, and I kind of like that. And I've actually seen some other pro models that you know are a little bit easier on the eye. So I'm actually thinking about you know probably trying to cop some pros as well. But I still just don't understand how Nike is not taking advantage of this. That there's a definite hole, at least as far as I'm concerned, and at least the data that I see with my own eyes show me that they're leaving money on the table, so to speak. Like I'm looking for the Northern Lights that dropped 2016 All Star pack. I mean, I'm still looking for those, and I seen them on. Granted, I'm looking for a larger size, so you know, and the pair that I've seen, you know, the guy wants $500 for them. And I'm like, no, not for me. And I seen at Flight Club they got them for four, and I'm like, no, not me. But you know, that's me and my money. But you know, if Nike did a restock or a re-release of some of the phones that they've done, like I said, like the Space Jams, how many times have they released these? Like, you know, I know they did the 72 and 10s a couple times, and you know, there's just various other models that they've re-released on a more consistent basis. Granted, they still sell out, but like I'm saying, the phones sell out as well. So I just if somebody else out there knows why Nike's not taking advantage of this, and you know what, this just popped in my head. Someone might be saying that, well, these shoes cost more to make. Okay, that's true. They cost more to make, but what's the difference in that if you're still selling them out? Because if this shoe costs $20 to make and this shoe costs $50 to make, and if you don't sell out of all of these $20 shoes that cost you to make and they go to outlets, you're still not getting all your profit back. But if you make these shoes who cost $50, and you know if you make a larger amount of them or do a re-release that they'll still sell out, then you're actually gonna make more money. So that's just my rant for the day. I just I don't understand it. It just doesn't make sense to me. But if anybody else out there has any comments or anything like that that could shed some light on this situation, please drop it in the comments below. If you like the video, thumbs up, whatever. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. 804 King of Phones and J's. Like I said, fellas, man, if y'all know something else about this topic that I don't know, man, please hit me up and let me know what the dealio is. Alright? I holla, fellas. Peace.